hill,
near a wood,
where nobody goes.
up a track,
Through a gate, the food forest grows, with secrets and treasures for everyone's pleasure, and Rob's discovery. Hello. Do you know very much about kombucha? No, I don't know very much about it either. Well, I didn't until about a month ago when I started making my own. I still don't know very much, but if you come this way, I'll show you what I've made, or what has been making itself. Come into my boudoir. There. A friend of mine gave me a little bottle of kombucha about a month ago, and I didn't drink all of it. I left a little bit in the bottom where the living culture was, called the s.c.o.b.y, and I believe that's an acronym for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeasts. And I added that s.c.o.b.y to the recommended concoction of green tea and sugar and put it in this 5-litre Kilner jar, and the s.c.o.b.y grew and grew and fermented the sugar in the green tea to make what is known as kombucha. This gelatinous crust floating on the top is the s.c.o.b.y, and the yellowy orange liquid beneath is the kombucha that you can drink, and it's supposed to be very good for one in many ways. I'm not exactly sure how. Some people say it's good for one's digestion and immune system, and so on and so on. What I'm doing now is, because the s.c.o.b.y has converted a lot of the sugar to alcohol and acetic acid, it's not very alcoholic, it's quite weak. It's time to bottle it so that I can then refresh the green tea and sugar for the s.c.o.b.y, and it can go on making the next batch of kombucha. I'm just boiling some water. It was nearly boiled just now, but I'm just finishing it off to sterilise these bottles. Is that adequate, just to pour boiling water in bottles to sterilise them? They've only had mead in before. I shall give my brother a video call and see what he thinks. Hello, Thomas.
nature will find a way.
That was very helpful. I think I'll just do it anyway. Who's that? My Gmail's finally come through after a week. It's a good morning to be doing this because it's too hot to do anything outside. There you go, Scoob. I'm just going to put it into a bottle or two. The table's really slippery. And these plasticky taps feel like they're going to break off. At this stage you can add grated ginger or lemon or other flavourings for goodness. but the reason I'm not doing it this time is because my trusty assistant has to catch a bus in half an hour and I haven't quite got time, but it's fine as it is. Neat. This is going to go all over the floor in a sticky mess. It's not. Just look at that. One bottle of kombucha. Yeah, okay. Put another bottle. Whoa, sticky mess. This will be the last bottle now. It's important not to drain out every last drop, otherwise the poor s.c.o.b.y will get sucked out the tap as well. And he needs to sit in the bottom, ready to receive his next dose of green tea and sugar. Speaking of which, for a 5-litre jar like this, you shall need 5 litres of water. I'm using spring water because that's all I have access to, which is fine. 425 grams of sugar and about 15 organic green tea bags. Did I stutter just then? In case I did, I'll say it again. About 15 organic green tea bags. I've got some spring water there, boiling, 5 litres. So I'm going to dip in the sugar, stir it around.
That is so sweet. So very sweet.
Add in the 15 green tea bags. Let it brew. I'm just going to take the green tea bags out with my hands, give them a squish. Yeah, they can go in the compost later. I probably ought to rinse my sugary hands now. Let it cool. That's the really important thing, because if you pour it in to this jar when it's hot, it will kill the s.c.o.b.y. Yeah, so let it cool, pour it in, and then cover it back over with this piece of tissue paper. One of those muslin cloths would be better, but I don't have one. And then leave it for a week or two to feed and do its thing. Probably get one more bottle out there, actually, one little bottle. I'll just do that. Well, that's all there is. Actually, that's good to have now. I haven't had any today. I do try and have a little bit each day because, well, I like it. It's strangely pleasant. It's not alcoholic, it's not vinegary, it's somewhere between the two, and it's got a unique kick, and it tastes alive, if one can say that. I don't know how something tastes alive, but it does. Now, whilst we're waiting for that to cool, let's have a look outside, see what's going on. It's really interesting, this. I put loads of places for the honeybees to drink around the site, but the place they've chosen to get their moisture is where I empty my chamber pot. They're just sucking on the urine from the straw just here. They must like the acidity or something, or maybe that unique zing.
Some of these cherry plums are nearly ready. This tree is 4 years old now. This is the first one I've tried. It certainly lives up to its name. It's like a cross between a plum and a cherry. I'm glad I noticed these before the birds did. This time. I could get on board with that. See you later. Cherry plum.
Do you think I can? I'm climbing a tree that I planted. Oh, do you know what it's like to actually climb a tree that you plant? Thank you, tree. I can do that again. Hello again. Well, it's now 3 hours later. This is pleasingly cool. It smells wonderful. Ooh. Here you go, s.c.o.b.y. Try some of this. You should start to float upon the top. Yes. Very nice. I'll just top him up with a bit more spring water. Right to the top. I'm hoping he'll start to float soon. He's supposed to. Well, I'll just put this tissue paper back over the top. Let's place him somewhere warm where he can go on feeding. And hopefully, in a week or two's time, we'll be able to enjoy some more kombucha.